edition. It's Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So you know it's an episode of Fanatic Fury with your host, Larry K, on TDPHINSTALK's channel, the home of the real Miami Dolphins fans. First thing I'm going to have to address tonight is smash that like button, please. Go ahead and smash that like button on this video. And then go ahead. Second thing I'm going to ask you to do, subscribe to TDPHINSTALK if you have not already. The third thing I'm going to ask you to do is go over, and Andres has been sharing the link. And Andres, bro, thank you a lot for that, Andres. I appreciate you out here sharing the link.
I know you heard me on the radio.
Oh, wait a minute. We were having my intro come up. My intro went away, but that's my intro. If you guys know about it, it'll be back on next week maybe. But actually next week, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. But nonetheless, that's my intro. For those who don't know, you can see it on my channel. Go over to Fanatic Fury with Larry K. I'm at 983 subscribers. 983, guys. That means we are 17 subscribers away from the 1,000 mark. We are going to get there before the season. When I started the channel in the beginning of the season, I didn't think it was possible. Now I'm up here on TDPHINSTALK, the home of the real Miami Dolphins fans, riffing to you guys every week. And I'm close. So if you haven't already, go over to my channel, Fanatic Fury with Larry K, and subscribe. I also want to thank the Miami Sports Fanatic show for having me on last week after this show. Gio and Batman, thank you so much for having me on. That was very, very, I'm grateful for that, and I dig that, and that's a nice gesture because we're all a family here. We're all fans. We're all a family. We're all Fins fans. Bleezy, I see you, bro. Thank you for complimenting the intro. That's my intro. You know how it goes. That's the Fanatic Fury thing TD has posted so kindly up there. That's the Fanatic Fury site. Go ahead and click subscribe if you can. We're almost to 1,000. Lucas, thank you for liking the intro. And if you guys don't know, TD produces this whole thing. Like, he's in the background right now producing this. So he's really, like, when I say that I shout out TD and he's like a facilitator of the community, I'm not playing. It's not like he just puts us on. He also produces these shows. So it's a tireless effort that he does for the community and for the fans. So make sure you subscribe to TDPHINSTALK. The news in Dolphins land really today that I saw, the most noteworthy thing. First of all, Deebo Samuel wants to trade out of San Francisco. You know, we have our coach has connections to him, but surprisingly, maybe not so surprisingly, given the weapons we already have, given the assets we've already given up, we haven't seen the Dolphins in a lot of the conversations about Deebo Samuel, despite the connection to our head coach. I wonder if that'll change. I would obviously love to have Deebo in here, but we already have a lot of weapons and we gave up a lot of assets to get those weapons. So I'm not quite sure, if that's going to be a possibility. The other noteworthy and newsworthy thing that came out today that I came across was Tua in a press conference. They basically asked him like how his relationship was with Brian Flores. And what he basically said was, I'm happy that Brian drafted me to be a member of the Miami Dolphins, and had no other further comment. Now, this isn't a revelation. It's not a revelation because we knew and we know that Tua did not have a great relationship with Brian Flores, but this kind of just solidifies it, right? Tua's not even trying to play nice anymore. And at this point, B-Flow has kind of shot a missile across the bow of the Miami Dolphins with his lawsuit. So I don't think Tua is interested in playing nice. I knew there was friction there, and now that confirms it today, which is kind of interesting. So, you know, that kind of says two things. Number one, if you're a Tua believer, and even if you're a Tua doubter, and I've been known to be a Tua doubter because what I've seen on the field and my eye test tells me certain things, and you guys already know I'm not going to go through it over and over again ad nauseum, but I will say, for us who have been critical of the man, you have to at least take somewhat into consideration the fact that the head coach was not on the same page as the quarterback. Now, whether or not it was for a reason, like I liked Flores. I thought maybe he wasn't on Tua's page. He wasn't behind him because he knew Tua didn't have it. But nonetheless, I mean, it's starting to come out more and more that these dudes were not on the same page. The head coach and the quarterback were not on the same page. And when the head coach and the quarterback are not on the same page, whether it's justified or not from either angle, production's going to get even worse than it would have been had they been on the same page, right? I know that's a tongue twister. But the fact is, I'm not saying you could put any real amount or any, any um, valid, amount or, amount that actually makes sense of Tua's bad play onto Brian Flores. Significant is the word I was looking for. Sometimes in my brain, I don't know if it's because I had COVID a year ago. They said now it's affecting brain function. Sometimes I just forget words that I'm very eloquent normally, but I forget words. I don't know if you could put any significant amount of Tua's, struggling play on Brian Flores, but you have to put at least some consideration for their lack of communication or their lack of a relationship on the relationship between Brian Flores and Tua Tagovailoa. So it's just interesting that he came out today. He's no longer pulling any punches. He didn't say anything bad, but he kind of let it be known that they really didn't have a great relationship. Now, I got A Crown A Star in here. That's how I'm going to read it. I don't really know. Saying, let me also say, God, I hope this kid becomes the hero. Hiru. The tools have been laid at his feet. One love, Tua. I love you when you win. Tua time, Tua time, Tua time. Well, I agree. I hope Tua comes out and proves all the doubters wrong, including me. I hope Tua comes out and lights it up. We got the weapons to do it. We have the offense to do it. We got the head coach to make it happen and facilitate it. The other thing I saw today, news-wise, by the way, Sean Payton came out and said, I was never going to coach the Miami Dolphins, bro. And I was never going to coach Tom Brady on the Miami Dolphins. So I don't know what you're talking about. Sean Payton came out and said that. Now, is Sean Payton denying it in retrospect? Because now it's not coming to fruition anyway? Or is that whole story nonsense? Or is that story only partially true? I.e., if Brady was on the yacht near Stephen Ross and Flores didn't want to interfere, was Brady, because Brady's a cutthroat type of dude, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, Brady's a cutthroat type of dude in terms of he wants to win, he wants to pull crazy things, he doesn't care who he offends, whatever. Was Brady on board to play for Miami? Was Brady on board to have this whole coup go down, but they never got to the point where Sean Payton was down? Because we've already heard that the Saints denied the Dolphins the ability to even talk to Sean Payton. So it's unlikely that that was going to come to fruition. And now Payton himself is saying, bro, that was not going to come to fruition. I was not going to coach the Miami Dolphins. And that's that. So that's another interesting thing. And Chase over here, Brady was on the yacht, Payton was on the jet ski. Yeah, imagine Payton on the jet ski, like, hey, Tom. But I wonder, see, that's what I wonder too, right? That whole accusation where Brady is on the yacht and Ross wants Flo to talk to him. It's like, you can't tell me that Brady had no clue what was going on in that situation. You can't tell me it was just Ross trying to convince Flo to talk to him by happenstance. I feel like Brady had to know that a meeting was arranged. And I mean, who knows where Brady fits? This is like the soap opera stuff of the NFL that you get into more when it's in the offseason and there's not as much going on, especially right in this portion of the offseason where like the free agent trade rush has kind of taken root already. It's gone. It's happened. And now we're like, all right, what are we talking about? And you get into the soap opera stuff. And now we got this kind of soap opera deal. It's just interesting to see how that fits in, because the NFL did also come out this week. And the NFL came out this week and said they are investigating the Cleveland Browns for possibly, tanking. So those allegations of the Browns tanking is now coming up too. And there's a big chance that they may go down, which we had heard about when the initial lawsuit came out, that the Browns were actually accused of it as well. So Von Joe is out here. Let's see what he says. If Flo would have just had that convo, Tua wouldn't be here, and Flo probably would still be coaching the Dolphins. Laugh. You're probably right. I mean, you're probably right. I mean, is there any way around that? You're probably right. But if that conversation was true, Ross may be in trouble, right? I'm wondering though about this whole Mike Florio thing, because Mike Florio is the one who kind of broke the story on the Tom Brady Peyton thing. Mike Florio is the same dude, bro. Go back a year or less than a year. Go back to the fall. Who was the main reporter? Who was the main figure in the media? Who was everybody was saying that there was smoke around Deshaun Watson to Miami. Everybody was saying it. But Mike Florio was the only guy who was just dead set, just honed in, dead set on the fact that Stephen Ross was the one who wanted Deshaun Watson. He kept saying it. Stephen Ross. Stephen Ross is enamored with him. Stephen Ross wants him. It's all about Stephen Ross this and Stephen Ross that. When stuff hit the fan, Stephen Ross is the guy who said, no, we're not getting them. And my theory has always been, and again, it's the offseason, it's the soap opera time, so indulge me a little bit with my backward-looking, analysis, because that's what we're doing in here tonight. And by the way, I think the link was posted, so anybody could jump on with me. Go, feel free to jump on with me. Talk about whatever you want. We're just chilling tonight. I mean, we're just chilling. It's spring, it's April. I had my birthday last week. I partied. It was good. At 90s hip hop night. I'm just kicking it. So you can come on here with me and kick it if you want. But my theory has been that Flores and Greer knew that they were in trouble, so they went and tried to get Watson, but Ross deaded it because of the publicity. Cap, what up, man? Cap, you there? I see you, but I don't hear you, bro. Well, whenever Cap gets on, we're going to talk and get his thoughts on this, too. Oh, we got Cap. We got Greg. Got some people in here. One of you guys, take the floor. You want to talk about what I'm talking about? You want to bring something else? It's a random night. We don't know what's going on, Greg. Talk. What do you want to say? What's on your mind, bro?
This Deebo Samuel trade request got me shocked. It surprised me, but it really didn't.
Okay. Why is that?
I thought he was going to end up getting the deal done. I thought they would work something out, but it looks like they're probably not. But I
offense, Greg. It's crazy that they can't work it out.
Yeah. But I think the Miami Dolphins should 100% get him whatever they can, especially with this lawsuit. We don't know if it's true or not, what's going to happen if they're going to take picks away. They should look to try to get him. I doubt we will. I hope we do, but I doubt we will because it's going to be too much. And with the risk of Tua not panning out. But I would get him if Tua is really the guy here. I mean, from some of the clips I'm seeing on social media, I mean, I think Tua's got it, man. But we got to wait and see.
Dude, I saw. And I want to just shout out some of the chat, and then I want to ask you a question, Greg. We got Fins up 74. What up, Larry? What up, Fins up? Fins up. Donald and Irene Young, you got a group Facebook account. I dig that too. Larry K. I believe there will be quite a few individuals who will be apologizing to Brian Flores based on the receipts that will be produced implicating Ross. I'm not a fan of Ross, so I'm all for that. I just hope it doesn't penalize us fans. But I have to think there's some truth to it, Donald. We will see soon. Paul Glover, Debo news being public is crazy because it helps us even if he doesn't come to us. Also true. Paul Glover, it towers the value when people know he wants out. That's definitely true too. So somebody like the Jets or somebody else going to give away the farm for it. There's not a problem with that. Shake, what up, bro? Hop on if you want. Greg, I wanted to ask you about the social media clips you've been seeing. I've been seeing some of them too. I haven't delved into them a whole heck of a lot. What have you seen on these social media clips? What are you seeing that's keeping your mind, bro?
I just see like how the team's getting hyped and all that. They're playing. They got this new life and energy. That's what I've been taking. I saw one pass that Tua made to Tyreek. I was like hyped. I was like going wild. But I'm gonna get to the next point. But I was hyped because everyone's talking trash about Tua because Tyreek's gone from a Ferrari to now whatever the car was. They said, but the thing I got to remind myself: this is only camp. This isn't pads or anything. This isn't like real like game stuff. This is what I'm hyped that I'm seeing this, but at the same time I got to keep my composure down and wait till the pads come on, wait till we get into in game, because that's the thing we are right now waiting for. I mean, they're not gonna go after Tua as hard because they don't want to hurt him. They don't want to be without a quarterback.
And I think too, when I played ball when I was a kid, I remember we would run out with shorts on, and you catch everything comes your way. And every August, every August in football, the first day, the first week that you would put pads, helmets, full, everything on, you wouldn't be able to catch as well. You wouldn't be able to do anything as well because the pads change the dynamic. But by like mid-season, everybody's playing just as well with the pads on. So that's important to note. But Greg, one of the things I've been saying too, and I was saying this more to go at Tua when everybody's saying, oh, he needs weapons around him. I'm like, well, the quarterback also makes the players around him better. So it's not just, somebody like Mahomes, he's also elevating the players around him as much as they're elevating him. That works both ways, bro. Like, so as much as they're saying Hill's going from like a Ferrari to whatever they're saying Tua is, it's both ways too, though. Tua is going from no weapon anywhere near Hill. He might have had like a decent Beamer or something, but now he's got a Ferrari at wide receiver. So it works both ways. You know what I mean? Like, to think that Tua won't improve because he's got Hill is just not true. Now, how much of Hill will not be as good because he's got Tua instead of Mahomes? We'll see. But there's no way Tua doesn't improve with a guy like Hill. You know what I mean? It's kind of attached to catch-22. So I'd be a little bit hyped about what we saw too,
Yeah, exactly what you said, man.
So now Debo, you don't think we're gonna get him, right? You just think
I don't see it. I mean, we could get him. It's 50-50, but I don't know. I mean, I want Debo, but usually the Dolphins don't go after who we want or who I want, but we'll see.
I know, right? But hey, this offseason they did a heck of a job, Greg. You got to give them that.
Exactly.
Miss Fins, I see you in the chat, and I wanted to switch with you, but I couldn't today because today is just so crazy for me. But if you're in the chat, you might as well hop on, get some time on. I mean, shoot, you got anything to talk about that you want to talk about, Miss Fins? Hop on with us right now. I know Chase is in here. I saw Cap in here. I saw Shake in here. I mean, hop on, man. Hop on. We're just chilling tonight. I'm drinking this little thing right here. It's Wednesday night. It's hump day. We're trying to get through the week.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to talk about? Greg, how's your week going? Other than that, bro.
It's going good.
I mean, we have lives outside of Dolphins, even though this is Dolphins, Aqua, and Orange. I mean, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
I mean, it's going good. I'm just trying to finish up my college work. I got two more weeks left of the semester. It's been a long semester, but I'm gonna get it done, and I'll feel relief after.
What's your major?
My college, I go to community college. It's right now free because it's 2 years. You get free.
I'm
doing the general studies program at this school, and then I'm gonna try to major in business. I think.
Oh, good move. And I went to community college too, and I went all the way through to law school, bro. I barely made it out of high school, and now I'm on TDPHINSTALK talking Fins, and I'm an attorney. So that's awesome. The community college front. I recommend it to anybody. That's exactly what I did. I went to Brookdale Community College in Central New Jersey by the shore, and it was a great experience. We got 3 dudes that just popped up on here. And I'm going to go first to Donald. You know why I'm going to go to Donald first? Because A, I don't think he's popped up on this show before. And B, he looks so ready to like just hop in the conversation and contribute just the way his demeanor looks right now. I'm going to go to Donald first, then I'm going to go with Shake, then I'm going to go Cap. Donald, what's up, bro?
Hey, how we doing there, Phin Addict Fury?
What's
Hey,
going on, man?
hey, it is the first time getting the chance to speak with you. Long time listener with TD. And he hooked me in on you, so I'm just coming in for a second. Nice. I won't take much more of your time. I won't take a long period of time, but I just got 2 things that I just want to say. Mm-hmm. One, we better keep a close eye out for this particular lawsuit that's going on. Yes. And this is something that has been bothering me since we talked about the Deshaun Watson trade with Brian Flores. Ladies and gentlemen, look. This gentleman knows enough about what's going on in the NFL coming from the Patriots system. He knows good and well what happens when you go against the NFL and the NFL brandishes you for either for the ball gate with Brady or even dealing with talking about getting picks taken away from them. He knows this stuff. He knew good and well with Brady being on that boat. That was a no-no. He was trying to save the owner, Stephen Ross. Yet and still, who's the one that got canned? You got to take a fall guy, and he became the fall guy. So, hey, I think a lot of Phin fans, and this is where we have to make sure, are we really Phin fans or are you a player fan? See,
Right.
I like Tua. I'm a Christian just like Tua. I like the young man and his stance by what he has. But at the same time, I am a Dolphins fan. When it
Right.
comes to the NFL, I'm more concerned about the team than I am a player. And
Right.
the facts are, guess what? A lot of people going to be getting ready to apologize to TD, Larry. Why? Because everything that TD said about Tua was based on his play, not based on his character, not based on what he is as a man. He looked at him, what he was doing on the field. And
Yes.
out of Tua's own mouth, we
Mhm.
heard today how he processes. He says he gets with his family. He has them to line up in certain positions so he'll know where to go with the football when he processes the offense. So that
Right.
way he understands. You said his mom was the ex-receiver. That's telling you something. He's kinesthetic.
No, I think it's true, man. I've been saying his little bit of his demeanor. Great, nice kid, and all, and you got to always preface it.
Yes.
He's a bad dude, but there's always some little thing to him, especially when you bring up that scenario that never rubbed me as like this. That was always part of the disconnect with the team, maybe, or there's something with him like that where he's going back to his family to make her. It's weird, man. I don't know how to really.
He's gonna get it. And TD has spoken for the longest period of time. It's gonna take him either year 3 or year 4 for him to pick up on everything. But
Right.
see, to me with Tua, it never was an issue about him understanding the offense. It's about him reading defenses. And that's where he has to make the jump. He's got to make the jump being able to read a defense and not just being able to make a play from the offensive standpoint. This is what we're going to see, whether or not he's growing or whether or not he's stagnant and we need to move on. I'm willing to give him a chance. And please, one last thing, Larry, and then I'll let it, and
I got
I'll
a
go.
question for you too, though.
Yes, sir.
So
Got
on
one-
the lawsuit front, did you see the Cleveland Browns? The news today that the NFL is going to go into that too. Now, do you think Flo really does know that? Let me put it this way: do you think, and you don't have to hold like if new evidence comes out later, it's okay. We're all speculating, but
Yes.
do you think there is some truth to this, and this is kind of how things are functioning? That Flores has some merit, and we're going to see some heads roll a little bit on this thing.
I do, Larry, because let's take a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
When Flores filed his suit, who was the only one filing the suit? Him. It's now up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
2 more are thinking about coming in on the suit. I'm telling you right now, where there is smoke, there is fire. And yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I also will say one last thing concerning our team.
Mm-hmm.
Our team has the propensity to be above average.
Yes.
I'm still, even with the new toys that Tua has, you still have not proven to me that we can be a better run defense team, because that's what's been killing us for the past 5 years.
It has.
And we have not been able to put pressure on the quarterback without blitzing. If we address those 2 things, and then you're talking about improving the offense, I'll be just as giddy as everybody else. But we haven't addressed those issues yet. But if they are addressed based on a new system that's coming in right now, hey, more power to us. Phin's up, and I'm all for it. I've been a fan since 1969, so I'm continue to support my team no matter what. So Phin's up, everybody, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Later, Donald. I appreciate you coming on, man. That was good commentary. And I'll say this too is he makes a lot of sense with the run defense, because this team really only played great on D when we had a lead, because we relied on blitzes when the other team had to pass in short pass situations. When they're playing with a leader, it's an evenly matched game. We struggled against the run. And when our offense struggled, we struggled because we didn't build the lead to get them into passing situations. We relied on X or somebody to make a crazy defensive play to put them behind the 8 ball early. So everything Donald's talking about schematically played out in real time in real life. So I appreciate that, Don. I mean, you can't deny it, bro.
Y'all take it easy.
Later, bro. Shake, my brother, man. What's up, man? You always ready. You always on. I appreciate that, man. Every time, Cap, you and Greg, and I hope Donald comes back too. But you always hear from me, man. So what's on your mind today, bro?
Not much, man. You know what? I think that you're on a good time. You're on right after I get off of work and right before my bedtime. So, you know what I mean?
It's about you too, bro. Yeah, yeah.
So, but no, man. The only thing that's on my mind is I hope that I agree with the guy, Dwayne,
Donald?
With Donald said, 100%. I've been watching TD since practically day one, and he's been on a lot of streams, and I like his takes. They're realistic.
Me too.
But the thing I want to say is with Deebo Samuels, like TD said, I if he doesn't come here, I just hope he doesn't come to any AFC team.
I definitely don't want to go to the Jets. The Bills would be worse. The Bills would be worse. And I'm hearing a lot of Jets talk. Well, because I'm out here in the New York area, so I'm hearing nothing but Jets talk. But the Jets always talk. You know, if he goes there, though, it's going to be annoying just to deal with them. And he's such a weapon, bro, for any quarterback, for any coach, for any offense. Deebo, like, look at San Fran. We've talked about it ad nauseum since we got McDaniel here. Deebo Samuel is like they run everything through him because he's such a dynamic player. I would hate for him to go to the AFC, and I'd especially hate for him to go to the Jets or the Bills because that just puts us even more like in this arms race where this other team all of a sudden that was looking like they were going to be lagging behind our offense has this truly transcendental dynamic player like we have in Hill who can just change their whole squad and their whole outlook overnight. I'm hoping that he doesn't come here, man. Where are you hearing, Shake? Where are you hearing most likely for him? I heard a lot of
I haven't heard anything, but what I do know is that he did release a statement saying that he wants to be a wide receiver and not a running back wide receiver hybrid. I think one of the things that he soured on is that he doesn't want to be used in the running game anymore. He wants to be a wide receiver.
That's interesting to me. And somebody says, why are we talking about Deebo? He's a 49. Man, you late to the party, Ken. Well, reported job is to make stories only. Ken, you saying that this is false? I don't know. I thought it was confirmed by several sources. But if Ken's breaking news on this channel right now, Ken, post your source because I want to know. Ken Martin over here saying, don't go so fast. But if that's true, Shake, that changes it too, though, because you're taking – like if he wants guarantees that he's lining up like in the slot or lining up wide every play and he's never kind of in the backfield, that changes – probably a few teams that would want him and teams that could take him and what they would do with him. You know, I mean,
especially here, bro.
That's interesting. Is it because of the money? You think the durability? Why would a player say that?
I don't know. Maybe because I think maybe because of the money, because the stat lines and stuff like that. Maybe the durability has a thing to do with it too.
Because Dickey, if he was classified as a wideout, he would have got a lot more in the franchise tag as opposed to tight end. Plus, you're taking more wear and tear. They're criticizing your blocking. Same with running back. You got to block right. There's more durability issues. You're going in the holes. I don't know if the tag is different or the salary, but I bet in today's league, wideout is probably, if you're a premier wideout, you probably make a little more than a premier or like 5 to 10 tier running back. And somebody says the tweet's real. So apparently Deebo tweeted. And I quote, reporters' jobs is to make stories. Only people know the truth about situation is 49ers, Tory Dandy, and Deebo Samuel. So now, but I'm wondering, Shake and Cap and Greg, I'm wondering if he's talking about I'm not getting traded or if he's saying the reasons why I'm requesting the trade is being misreported. We know what happened.
No, I think two things. Number one, I just thought of, if he's a wide receiver, not a running back, what would you rather get tackled by, a cornerback or a linebacker?
Cornerback all day, every day, twice on Sunday, and that's what.
Yeah, and the reason I think he put that out there, so if the team does trade for him, doesn't have this idea in his head that hey, I'm using him in the backfield. No, I want to be a wide receiver. He's letting you know up front what my expectations are.
Yes, and even if they talk to him once he gets there and do some plays like that, he wants to primarily be looked at, and he's going to narrow out teams. Teams that want him more on the outside are going to be more keen to get him than teams that were looking at him in the backfield. And Miss Phin says she's backstage, but TD's going to let you in as soon as he sees that. Miss Phin, can't wait to have you on. But Shake, that makes a lot of sense to me, man, and it's all interesting how this is going on. And Dylan says it sounds like the reason behind the situation. I'm agree with that. I don't think he's saying he doesn't want the trade. I think what he's saying is don't let everybody speculate on the reasons that this fell through. Don't believe all the reasons that they're saying that I'm demanding a trade. You know, we know what happened in the room. We're demanding a trade. We're moving on, but only we know why. I think that's what he's getting at, and that makes some sense. Cap, are you there? What you got? What's on your mind today, bro?
Hey, Larry, Shake, hey, Greg, man. Hey. First and foremost, guys. Hey, not much. My brother, man. First and foremost, a happy 420 to all my funky feel-good friends out there. And to pretty much just to the point that Donald made earlier about the lawsuits and how it's starting to have a trickle-down effect of people starting to jump onto it. Mm-hmm. That would want to enhance me as a fan to just, you know, you get all these draft picks, which you guys are really set on keeping for God knows why. Right. But if this is becoming more of an issue, you would want to let loose of any type of draft pick possible to try to get Debo now and just try to go after the Super Bowl, man. I don't understand what's the hesitation factor. If the guy's really using us as leverage to go somewhere else, you know, it happens all the time. But the way this feels right now with the money that we do have, my question to you guys is, with the money that we have, 20 mil, would you want that to set and roll over to next season? Or would you want to utilize that plus draft picks to try to get yourself in the Super Bowl now?
Bro, I say use it now. I think the only reason they're holding on to those high draft picks is, honestly, my honest opinion is, if Tua doesn't work out this year, they want ammo to try to get a QB. But I say spend all the money now. We're already over the edge of going all in the way we went after Hill, and we re-signed all our free agents. We franchise tag Gesicki. Go for it. I say spend it. Spend it. Because give Tua every possible thing and give McDaniel everything they need and go for broke. Because if not, you reassessing the whole thing top to bottom. And if there's any truth to the lawsuit, then Greer's head and Ross's head might roll anyway. So go for it, bro. You might be your only chance at a ring this year. Go. I'm with you, Cat. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, at the same time, you know, it's the same thing with Debo. Like, he hasn't signed with the 49ers yet. And if it's true that he is having a beef with them and it is confirmed, then we already have one foot in the door, in my opinion.
I thought the same. I don't know why I haven't seen our name, because I thought the same with the coach. Unless it's that he doesn't want to be using the backfield. We got the 2 running backs we signed, and we got Hill, and we got Waddle, and we think we're going to give up. But how could you say, I don't want to add another amazing player to the roster? I don't know how you could say that if he wanted to come and the price wasn't crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
And you know what the best analogy I heard was, you didn't hear the Golden State Warriors say, no, we don't want to add Kevin Durant. We're fine. Right, bro.
Bro, yeah. I always say this, man, and I say this, you know, because of the way that it was done, because it was done gracefully, but the Godfather made it happen with the money he had and got 3 all-star players to become one unit. Why can't we do it in the NFL type of our way? You know what I mean? If McDaniel is all about Miami, which he is, which obviously he's bringing back old nostalgic players, if we could pull off a Pat Riley move with Chris Greer and get these guys to come in at the money you have available, which it is possible, do it, man. Do it.
Win a Super Bowl. See, I agree with you. I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, LeBron did it. Come to South Beach in football. Who cares? Like, come down, bro. Why not? I don't think it's out of the question, especially because McDaniel knows how to use them so well. I just wonder how it's going to play out. And I know a lot of teams, especially the Jets, the Bills, teams that feel like we really were making moves, and the other teams in the AFC were making moves with quarterback signings. There's a couple teams in the AFC that want to, like, level up, and they're going to throw everything they can to try to get Debo. It's going to be interesting how it plays out. It really is going to be interesting how it plays out one way or the other.
Would you keep Gesicki?
I got Mark here saying Debo cannot force his way to Miami. If he sits out, he gains no service time, so he still has 1 year left, plus 2 franchise tag years. So I guess we're seeing that he doesn't have a no trade the way Deshaun did, maybe, or in the way Hill did. But it seems like, to me, if it's true that San Francisco is amicable right now, like, they're not necessarily going to do whatever he wants, but they're going to work with him to see where he goes, I think. So let's see. Let's see what happens, man. What else
would you guys keep Gesicki on the squad if that was possible? Or is that too many mouths to feed? Do you feel it's like overkill?
I don't think it's overkill because like it's a different weapon. Like, why not just legitimately do what like the league has never done before on offense and just destroy defenses with complete like forget mismatch. You can't match. There's no match. Like put Gesicki. He's huge. He's streaking down the field in the middle.
I agree.
And then these three dudes. I mean, what you could put? I know Debo's saying, or there's rumors that he doesn't want to be in the backfield. Put him in the backfield. Let him run a route and let Gesicki go. I mean, who knows? Put him in the backfield. Let him run a route. Let Gesicki run a route, and then let Waddle come from behind and do like a little reverse toss. The defense is going to be so on their heels. He's gone. I mean, I'm just saying.
What if he's part of the trade package, Gesicki? Would you do it?
I mean, I think you'd have to because he's franchised this year. Who knows what his future is? And Debo is such a dynamic weapon. I would probably do it, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be my first choice to do something like that. I really don't think he, as a player. I just think this Gesicki. And look, same with Debo, same with Hill, same with Waddle. I think he brings a unique skill set, and it's a matchup problem. And I don't think Gesicki's been used. He's been used pretty well, but I don't think he's been used to his full potential yet. I still think I want to see somebody like McDaniel get the most out of a guy like Gesicki. I think he's got a really unique role in an offense, and a coach that knows how to get the most out of his players and schematically arrange that is going to do well. So I'm so excited to see Gesicki do it. But if you're telling me I got to give up Mike and no other big player that we have to get Debo, I probably got to say we got to do it. Especially if we're going to lock up Debo long term when we do it. I mean, you can't really deny that.
I mean, if we keep picks, that'd be great if we can pull that up as an option. But yeah, I agree with you. I would like to see him succeed with us, being that he's gone through how many coaches as well. I mean, it's not fair to him. I get that.
Right. Miami Sports Fanatic Show. My boy Gio Batman, what's up? They're shouting out in there. Brian makes a good point. He says, "Why the hell would San Francisco want Gesicki to have a better tight end?" That's true. I mean,
that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, but here's the thing.
We're just talking hypothetically, Shake, what's up?
If Gesicki does go to San Francisco, they could recreate something that everybody's been trying to do, the Gronkowski Hernandez combination.
That's true, and bro, that was a dynamic, potent combination. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think has it ever been duplicated. You think, in your opinion?
I don't think so, bro. I don't remember any dynamic tight end duo quite as potent, quite as beast as that ever. I don't think, bro. Anybody else?
And Gronkowski, Kittle could be the Gronkowski, and Gesicki will be the Hernandez role.
Yeah, I think. That's what I would see. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. So shoot, I mean, now I don't know if we're going down hypotheticals, but hey, it's Wednesday night in the offseason. We're gonna do this, okay?
Exactly.
That's what happens when you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. So any other team fans tuning in, like, what are these guys talking about? Well, this is what we're talking about, okay? So join us, all right? Hold on, we got comments in here. All for Byron Jones in a third. I mean, that ain't bad, but teams are going to offer, dude. Teams are going to go in. We franchised Gesicki this year so we can let him go next year. Compensatory third next year. We'll give a 3. Mike says we were 32 worst line. We added 2 players, and now we're good. I guess the left side was the problem. And now we think Coach will – man, Mike's out here. Now, I can't tell if Mike is just being a pessimist, like, in general, just like, bro, we didn't fix it, or if he's one of those Tua dudes who's already building in excuses about why we're still not better. That's what Mike – yeah, see? What about Tua's blind side? He's out here. He's already building in Tua excuses. What do you guys think about it? I don't want to talk about Tua every damn time I'm on here, but you got people who say, I don't care how much you did, it's still not good enough for Tua. Don't expect much. He still needs a lot of help. What do you think to that?
Hey, Larry, I got to bounce, but thank you for having me.
No problem, bro.
But one thing I want to say before I head out, even though the Dolphins don't have a first or second round pick this year, I'm really looking forward to this draft, mainly because of these young stars that I watched in college. I'm really excited to see where they go. But it should be a fun draft. But yeah, hopefully the Dolphins can get out of Jim in the third. But I'll be watching no matter what. But thank you guys for having me. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, Greg. Talk to you soon, brother.
All right, Greg.
Later, man. So we were talking about what the heck were we just talking about? Now I forget all of a sudden. So we were on topic, Shake. What were we talking about, Cap? I forget, man.
We're talking about hypotheticals.
Yeah, very hypothetical. We were down the hypothetical road so far. Oh, we were talking about this. The people that say, despite all the moves we made in the offseason, we really didn't improve that much. Tua doesn't have what he needs. He doesn't have a good enough line. He doesn't have good enough anything. If he still doesn't succeed, it's still not his fault. This because Mike's in here trying to say we didn't really fix the line well enough. No one's protecting his blind side. We didn't do enough. I don't know why we're acting like we're going to be good. What's your thoughts on those arguments? Because I've heard them here and there.
Well, my issue is if everybody's all in and 100% on being on board with this quarterback that we have right now, I'm all for it. I mean, majority rules, democracy is what makes this community what it is. True. At the end of the day, the Dolphin, I get that.
True.
But if things don't go the way we feel they should go, moving forward, you want to use those draft picks. I get that. But if everybody's so confident that, we are going to have the next coming and we don't need to look forward, just get rid of the capital. Go after, whatever you need to protect him to get to the next level. Why wait another year and just talk about hypotheticals just because, we need to keep this draft, just, these picks because you never know what can happen. True. Yeah, we never know what can happen, but damn it, you live in the moment if you really want to go win.
True.
You know what I mean? The Rams did it. The Bucks did it.
And look what it did for them. It did well for them. They got rings, man. And we would love a damn ring after all these years. Now, Turbo Duran is in here. Turbo Duran, he came in just to choose violence today, and he said, Raiders fan here, hello, and hello, Duran. We ain't hating on Raiders fans. We just welcome you. But Dolphins not going nowhere. They have no franchise quarterback. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I'm just wondering who their franchise quarterback is. That's all what I'm wondering. Is Carr really a franchise quarterback? I don't know, bro. D. Carr is a franchise quarterback, so what you Finn's talking about, don't hate. Shake, you got an opinion on this?
I do like D. Carr. I think that unfortunately I think McDaniels is going to bring the best out of him. We both got a McDaniels, so why we got to tell the Raider guy that, we had that in common, a McDaniel, right? Even though his with an S.
I ain't hating on Carr or the Raiders. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I know, but no, I think McDaniel is not McDaniel. I think Carr is an underrated quarterback in my opinion. True. I think he's going to do big things. And that's how dangerous the West is when he's your worst quarterback.
Bro, how crazy is that? How crazy is that? Dougley, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by, Doug, man. It's a Wednesday night, and we're just kicking it, and I appreciate the support as always. We all watch you, so I respect that a lot and really appreciate the support, my brother. But no, you're right. I mean, when he's the worst in the division, that division's crazy. The AFC is crazy. Let's be honest. The AFC is loaded. It's going to be fun no matter what happens.
Even more of a reason to load up.
I agree. See, so Cap, you're basically saying like with this extra 20 mil that we have and these draft picks, you're saying like if it was a poker game, you're saying push all your chips into the center, go all in. Like why are we playing when we already have such a good hand? Put all the chips.
Yeah, in. Man. I'm to the point right now where I got a hashtag going. No, I'm trying to have it, keep it going, but it's kind of controversial. I got like hashtag F them picks. Like we really at this point in the game, bro, just go all in.
Yeah. Well, here's another analogy that I would like to use. Whenever I go on a diet, whatever, and I see myself at McDonald's and I eat a Big Mac, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I ate a Big Mac. Let me go get a sundae and you know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Yes.
We're going all in.
Yes. We already did it, so let's just keep going as your now. You always got good analogies. I like that analogy too, because I get on a weekly thing, bro. If I start the week bad like that, like Monday I had a bad day, so I start, eating bar food too early, and then Tuesday I'm having a bad day, so I go get McDonald's for lunch. Then the whole week is over. I don't even care anymore. I go straight through Sunday just like piling on because who cares? So I like that. I like that analogy. I'm with you, Cap, bro. I might have to start hashtagging F those picks. The only thing I'm nervous about is if Tua doesn't work out, we don't have the ammo to go and get somebody else. But I don't even know who's coming out next year.
Well, I mean, hey, who are we going to play the blame game after that? No, I'm not, because everybody knows where they went wrong, and I'm not even going to go there because the past 2 years have been enough.
True.
But, I don't want to play the what-if game a year from now. I mean, we're all playing hypothetical. That's what happens when you don't make the playoffs, like I say. But, hey, man, we have an option to create, a Super Bowl contending team. We have the quarterback. We have the running backs. We have the receivers. I mean, we can have a couple more receivers knowing that the Rams are stacked up on DBs.
It's true.
We got to keep up with the Jetsons, guys. It's just the way it is. The NFL has changed.
Yeah, no, you're right. Especially the AFC, bro. The AFC is crazy. So we got it. Let's see what we got in the chat because the chat's popping a little bit. Brian, when Tua gets hurt, you trade the picks for Debo and sign him to a big deal. How are you going to get a QB then? Yeah, he's like, what if? Yeah, but that's what Cap's saying, whatever. We already know that was a problem. We'll go all in. You're saying Cap's saying and Shake's saying the same thing, which I agree with through both their analogies and through my poker analogy is we already went down the path of going all in. We already said Tua was the guy this year. We're already putting all the chips on the table. We already had that milkshake and that burger. Why bother trying to, mitigate our risk at all? We already went far enough where our risk is barely mitigated. That's what their point is. And I probably agree with it. If you fail anyway and Tua's not the guy, you're gone anyway. Like, throw the whole thing out with the bathwater. So maybe just go all in. You already went down that road. I understand.
What number would that be, Larry? That'll be what, number 19 quarterback? How many quarterbacks would that be if that does happen?
Well, I think it is.
And think about this.
It's that
How many quarterbacks?
God damn. I'm listening to Shake.
You're telling me a good quarterback in the free agent market ain't going to want to come play with Debo Samuels, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle?
What's the point? Why I think we found the philosophy, which is put all those chips in the table, go all in, F them picks, hashtag it, let's all retweet it, because I got to agree. Why wouldn't a free agent want to come here or a guy in a trade or something? Why wouldn't they? This team is going to be –
man.
And also, bro, I'm not that down on Tua Tagovailoa. I don't think anybody should be or could be that you don't think he could make something out of this team.
This is not about trying to replace the quarterback, in my opinion. This conversation we're having is about enhancing the offense.
Yeah, you're right.
We haven't had that in 2 decades, guys. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Since 1995. Let's be real.
No, you're 100%, 150% right. So why, like you said, why are we even talking about mitigating for the quarterback next year? Put the picks in the table. Go out and get every last bit of player you can get. Spend all the money. Let's go. Let's go. Because we've all had enough. Ross has had enough. I've had enough. Everybody's had enough. Let's just put it all in and make a run. Who cares? If it fails, then we're going back to square one anyway. But now we got all these pieces and all these assets. You could always trade one of these. If you want to go into a full rebuild in 2 years, you could always trade one of them for more picks. I mean, so why not? Why not go into it?
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're falling into that category where we don't know what's going to happen with the lawsuit, and it's just, why would you want to risk that? You know what I mean? At this point in the game, like if you got the capital, it's there for a reason. Sometimes you just don't keep it just to keep it. You got to use it. Yes,
and I've been kind of skeptical, not skeptical, but it was interesting to me, in all seriousness, where with Greer when he first took the helm by himself, a couple of years ago when Flo came in and everything, he was looking to trade whenever there was a maximum return for draft picks for any player of quality. He was like, well, it's a no-brainer. You always trade players of quality for maximum draft picks. But then when you look at the actual picks that he, what he used those picks for and the influx of talent on those picks, especially that first year, you wonder, like, is there any tangible result, especially with this regime, just because you keep flipping players for assets and you keep hoarding assets in and of itself, does that do anything if you don't turn those assets into a winning point?
Shake, let me ask you this. Larry, let me ask you this. Let's be real. As far as secondary, every position, we don't really need to draft anybody. As far as linemen, we don't really need to draft anybody. As far as receivers, we don't really need to draft anybody.
We don't.
Linebacker, we might need one. Yes. Running back, we might need one. But besides that, Chris Greer has done a suitable enough job where the starting positions for me are solidified. I don't really think we need to keep, collecting nuts for the next, winter when, what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's another good point, bro. We have like our starters, like, and then some. So why do we need high-end draft picks at this juncture? We just need backfill draft picks, mid-round bulk draft picks. what's the rush, to keep these high-end draft picks when we look like we've solidified both sides of the ball pretty much 11-11, aside from linebacker and maybe a lineman? What else? I mean, I maybe a backfill corner, but we just signed X again to a monster deal. I mean, one of those guys is going to pass their prime sooner or later, X and Byron. But it's not this year because not the way the Finns feel about it. Like we said, we could speculate, but the way they've, constructed their roster, they obviously don't think so. The way they've signed those guys, restructured them, and kept them long term. So,
75% of the money is almost in the secondary.
No,
in my opinion.
I mean, I'm thinking right now about holes, and I'm like, I think the only hole is linebacker and maybe another lineman. Is there another hole?
Center only as a backup, because if Deere goes down, who's going to back him up?
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
The line and the linebackers, the O-line and the linebackers, we still need some fill, but we don't need like a stud number one player there yet right now. I mean, it would be nice, but we don't need – I mean, we got some solid guys in there. We just need to, accentuate it with some players. Mountie, what up, bro? Von Joe, what up? I don't know how long you were in the back. Miss Fins, I thought was backstage, but now I don't see her, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know, but I was losing my mind here.
I've done lost my mind already. Look at this. This is Wednesday night. We're talking crazy hypothetical. I mean, what's on your mind?
You guys are yo, Cap, y'all bugging right now.
What?
Like,
why?
So let me get this straight. F them picks and go all in, get Debo, and just if we have to blow it up, right? If we don't make it happen.
Well,
wait, hold on.
How much we have to blow it up? Shoot, we got all those players.
So hold on. Let me ask a couple questions.
Yes.
With the team, the way it stands right now, is that enough for Tua?
It should be. Not to win.
Yes or no? That's a yes or no.
Well, what's the question? Super Bowl playoffs, what?
To be effective, to get us to even get us to the ship.
Yes.
Shake?
I agree. It is.
So the way it's set up right now, so why bring in an extra asset? Because at the end of the day, if he doesn't pan out, we need those picks to get rid of him because the team's already built.
He just came in with like we were putting all our chips in, and Vaughn came in. What are you doing? Relax.
Exactly, but hold on. But Larry, K, this is what I'm gonna say. If you are gonna put all your chips in, put all your chips into a guarantee. Ship them off now and go get a guaranteed quarterback.
Here we go.
Vaughn, I'm not even there. I'm saying
let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, but who would that be, BJ? BJ, who would that be? Who would that be?
I don't care who it is, as long as it's a top 5. Baker Mayfield? No, Baker Mayfield is trash.
You say you don't care. You don't care.
I think Greer.
No, I said
Greer,
top 5. Baker Mayfield is trash. We know that he's not top 5.
Greer believes in Tua.
He's top 5, bro. Let's be honest.
But
who would? No, we got no options though, right? This year, but next year,
what I get. You mean? No, we have an option. We could go get the guy.
He knows who it is. He knows who it is.
Right now, you have enough picks and some leverage to go get the guy that grew up in right here at home at Boynton, went to Boynton Beach High School. Go get that boy Lamar. Stop playing games.
He's still out, bro.
You didn't sign yet.
Let me ask you this, Von Joe. I want to retort real quick. All right, here's another analogy I thought of.
Yeah.
Right, you're going to the fair, right?
Yeah.
And your mom says, "Hey, do you have enough money to have a good time?" "Yeah, Mom, I am." "Or do you want another $50?" Are you gonna say, "No, Mom, I'm happy"? You're like, "Hell yeah, give me that $50." And that's what to me, Deebo Samuels is. Yeah, we got enough, but if they're gonna give me an extra $50, I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Shay. I feel you, but I'm saying Debo, you could bring in Debo, and it's still not enough because Tua didn't hit that ceiling. Because again, at this point we're still projecting with Tua. Let's keep it a buck. We're still projecting and hoping and having people say have faith. Last time I checked, that man is a mortal man. He is not a god. He is not a messiah. He is not any of those things for me to just sit there and have blind faith. But if you want to sit there and really put in all the chips and go all in, you have a prior MVP that's sitting there. You have guys that have done it.
Vaughn, you're not saying You're not saying don't put the chips in. You're just saying put the chips in a better place. You're saying don't go with Debo. If you're going to put the chips in, go get Lamar. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Go get a
There's
guarantee.
options. He's saying there's options. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say a guarantee. Go get a better probability on your return. Right?
I mean,
that's like saying, hey, I'm gonna invest instead of investing in Apple or Google or one of those solid companies that know this that has is at least likely to fail. You know what? I'm gonna go invest in Dogecoin, and hopefully it booms. Right?
Well, I think
go
the question
for the better probability.
But the question is Lamar up on the block? Are they even considering that? Because
they
if
didn't
not,
sign him. They have contract issues, and we all know Lamar is his own agent. So if you haven't talked to the man about his contract, that means you haven't talked to him. Period.
You know what, Vaughn? You know what's funny is despite us up on here being hypothetical, I haven't heard any buzz in the news that we're going after Debo. So maybe the Finns do know about Lamar. I don't know.
There could be all type of speculations because, again, when did we find out about the whole Tyreek thing? It was a little, hey, by the way, whisper. And next thing you know, boom.
No, you're
signed.
right. No, you're right. You are. You're right. I'm not against what you're saying, Vaughn, bro. It's a good point. It's an interesting point.
So this hope and faith, man, listen, I've been having hope and faith since 1995 when Pete Stojakovic missed that field goal.
Bro, I know. But listen.
That's how long I've been having hope and faith.
But let me ask you this, Vaughn. Do you think that the Dolphins as an organization are all in on Tua? Because it looks like they are.
Who knows? Because
we don't.
Here's the thing. People act like it's always been flow. No, the whole organization been double talking.
True.
Because even Greer, the guy that everybody loves right now, he supports Tua. Even he sat there and said, "Hey, it's on the quarterback. It's on the coach. What he wants to do."
Yeah,
yes.
Larry, if you're saying that, Larry, that's pretty much in agreement with everybody that the organization is all in, especially after the commitment that they've shown to him. I mean, off and on the field with the phone call with McDaniels, with his off the field ventures, would they support him 100%? Like, that's even more of a case for me. Like, this might be more than a 4-year plan, and if so, then why even hold on to the capital? You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Why even hold on to the capital?
Cap, let me ask you a question. Let's keep it 100. If Lamar Jackson said right now, "I want to be in Miami," they still all in on Tua?
Bro, I mean, if that happens, of course things will change.
Is the organization still all in on Tua? That's the question. If any top 5 quarterback,
of course not.
Exactly.
And I think, of course not.
We know this. If any top 5 quarterback comes out right now and says, "Yo, you know what? I want to be in Miami. Send me to Miami. I'm feeling, South Beaches. I want to take my talents there." Yo, they hitting that eject button like this.
You're both right, because I think they are all in on Tua because they don't see that happening, Cap. But I think, Vaughn, you're right. If he said tomorrow he wants to, I think they change their all in.
But, let's think about it. If it wasn't for the issues with Deshaun Watson, I mean, let's keep it buck. We would have went after him if that was the case.
That would have been already
Stephen
done.
Ross is the type of guy where he's just committed. You know what I mean? Like, if he's all in, he's going to be all in.
I think you're right, though, but I'll say this. I think the issues with Deshaun are what derailed it. And I've been saying, my theory has been that they were all interested in him until those issues hit. And then when Ross made the final decision, I'm not bringing him in because of the issues, then they made the decision that we're all in on Tua, buy Flo because you don't want Tua, etc. It's not necessarily true, but that's my theory. They're all in now, but I don't think they were all in before Deshaun had those issues. I don't think so. Now I do. But again, if Lamar says I want to come, does it change it? I don't know.
Because they've been flirting with all these other quarterbacks, and all of a sudden everybody's saying no, they're all in on Tua. Come on, they've been flirting with quarterbacks.
It's just too much of a publicity hype of just being all in.
I agree.
You get it? Like it's just too much. It's just if you're gonna show that type of commitment, like you're gonna look bad if you don't keep your word. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna make them even look even worse.
Well, I think you're both right again. I think they have been flirting, Vaughn, but I think now, I do think right this minute at least, and it could change tomorrow. I think right this minute they are all in, but I don't know.
One thing I learned from the Dolphins this offseason is they got a good marketing team. Whether they want to whether they want to hype you up or smear your name, that marketing team over there, they know how to get the job done. That's one thing I heard. They can market.
Right.
They'll have you buy season tickets.
Mounty, what's up, man? You haven't said anything.
Yo,
Hey,
Monty,
I'm
what's
just
good?
listening to the commentary, man.
Monty, I'm so sorry, man. My bad.
No,
I
no,
can't
Man,
believe
man,
that.
my bad, bro. My bad. My bad.
Hey, do your thing, man. I was just listening. Look, Tua, I think he will fit into McDaniel's system is primarily because I think how it's going to work is McDaniel's is going to introduce his system into what Tua already knows.
Right.
Not necessarily scratch everything he knows of what he's learned thus far and impart a whole new system. I think he's just gonna tweak what he knows, that RPO, like tweak what he knows and bring his system in and to accentuate what he does best.
I think
while emphasizing the running game. Now, this thing with Debo, look, look, if we get Debo, that would be great. But I tell you what, I would get rid of Gesicki. I don't want to get rid of Gesicki, but San Francisco, I believe, would take Gesicki because Kittle's coming up on a big payday, and Gesicki would be significantly cheaper. Significantly cheaper. Kittle's coming up on a real big payday. So, hey,
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
If we offer, because they gotta play Bosa too.
True. No, true, bro.
They gotta play. Bosa's. That's big bucks.
You gotta figure what they're gonna do at quarterback.
Defensive end right now.
They could figure it out.
He's making upwards of $25 million a year.
Mounty, the cap space not real. They figure it out. They could keep who they want.
Yeah, 1 year. Like it was for both. Yeah, they got to pay Bosa and they got to pay Kittle. So,
but Mounty, you said one thing. I was gonna say you said something. You said one thing that's very scary to me, that McDaniel is pretty much gonna sprinkle in what Tua knows best into his offense and make that the main priority of this offense, right? Of what he does best. Last thing I need. Here's the thing. The last thing I need is for defenses to look at LSU film when he was at Alabama and know how to shut us down.
Well, see, it's going to come down to what it is. It's coming down to scheme. Now, everybody's worrying about Tua's blind side. I believe some of that can be rectified by schematic changes, meaning instead of taking 3-step drops, taking 5-step drops, where you have a wider field of view of both sides of the field. So that's just fundamental. That's just schematic stuff.
But the ball has to
he's got
travel
to take
longer.
a deeper drop so he can see a wider field of view.
But the ball has to travel more now.
That's fine, but it's not like he's going to be throwing 50 yards down the field anyway.
I know, but hold on. If he takes 5-step drops and now it's a wider view, but if he's throwing that out route, now the DB could literally start breaking a little earlier.
Well, see, if he's going to throw out route, then you don't have to worry about their pass rush coming off the end, really, right? The ball's gone.
You're right.
It's interesting. So, you can see what happens.
The ball's gone. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, it's gone. So
because they said this is an offense that's supposed to be getting yak, right? They want this to be a yak-based offense.
Yes.
And that's meaning we're going to be throwing a lot to our running backs out of the backfield. And we're basically we're going to force a team to play to our game.
Right.
Meaning metaphorically, they're going to need 13 minutes to cover 11. Because when you got Tyreek Hill and Waddle running option routes all game long, you're not going to be able to guard them. You're not going to be able to guard them. Plus Gesicki, plus Mostert coming out of the backfield. God forbid you fuck up and get a linebacker on a Mostert or Tyreek Hill. That's to the house. Oh, that's a really big play.
True.
And what it's going to come down to is scheme. How we scheme this thing, and then just like New England, Tom Brady didn't have a whole lot of talent there, but you know what? They run the football, and you get caught up in traffic. Getting caught up in pick plays and shit like that.
But Mounty, one thing that where I have to give you
get Amendola streaking down the sideline wide open, or Gronk going down the middle, running a flag route wide open.
No, I'm excited.
Where I give you pushback on that is that we had Tom Brady that was a coach on the field that, hey, after the coach called the initial play, he's gonna audible or he's gonna change the play. He's gonna tell he's gonna read that defense and be like, oh, y'all doing this. Oh, he's the Mike. That's the Will. Okay, yeah, you're not blitzing for real. All right, let me go ahead. Yo, Gronk, stand up. New route. Like you see this.
Well, and see that's the thing. That's what came with Brady's experience and lineage in the league. He understands what's most important. He's got to be able to see beyond what everybody else sees. The lineman, he knows how to slide his protection.
So being kinesthetic, but being a kinesthetic learner like Tua is, and oh geez, I forgot who the gentleman that was just on there. Mr. Donald just showed us that you could practice with your family the plays and how the play is supposed to look, right? But the one thing that your family can't do is play defense. You can't kinesthetically learn a defense on the. You have to go through that defense and rep through that defense to learn it.
And that's the
that's why it's called in football walkthroughs. You got to do walkthroughs. You got to get a feel for where you're supposed to be, not just X's and O's on a dry erase board or on a video screen. You got to get a feel where you're supposed to be, based on what call or what system or what have you. So yeah, Tua's gonna have to, not just watch film, but he's gonna have to get out there, and they're gonna have to do walkthroughs and things like that. That's why I'm so happy we got Darrell Bevell. I'm so happy.
Bevell's a great hire, man.
That was a great hire for Tua.
Underrated a little bit. Great hire, not talked about enough. Great hire. Because
he coached Russell Wilson in Seattle when they won a Super Bowl.
Right. No,
so
great.
That was a great hire for McDaniel.
100%. 100%. But look, guys, so it's past 8. I gotta run. I actually gotta run.
All right, no worries.
Having you guys all in here. Thanks everybody for coming on.
Thanks a lot, Larry.
No problem. Love you guys. Love you guys. We'll link again.
I turned up so heavy. Take care, man.
Later.
Sorry, I came up and turned up so easy, man.
Come in heavy, bro. That's how we always welcome to come in here. It was a good conversation because you came in that way, bro. We're all good. Good stuff.
Man. You guys take care.
Later, man. Have a good night. So, guys, I'm out. I won't be here next week because I got to go to Boston for a convention, a work convention, business trip. So I won't be on next week, but the following week I'll be back. If you haven't done so yet, please go over to Phin Addict Fury with Larry K. I'm at 983 subscribers. Go over to Phin Addict Fury with Larry K. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 990 tonight. Phin Addict Fury with Larry K. They've been posting it in the chat all night. Click it. Go over there, smash subscribe. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. Share this video when it's done. Andres is sharing it. You see right there. Click that button right now if you can. Go over there and subscribe to Phin Addict Fury with Larry K. TD's on live next, right after this. Get up on the channel. Subscribe to TDPHINSTALK, the home of the real Miami Dolphins fans. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Thanks to everybody who popped on tonight, as they always do. It's been another wonderful conversation with the Fury fam, with all the Fins fans across the nation, man. I'll talk to you all very soon. Smash the like, smash subscribe, and have a good night. Tune in for TD next. Later.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the